Keith Thurman is going to get blessed with that Manny Pacquiao payday. It is officially official, I believe, for July 20th. And I want to talk about that right here on Gym Boxing. Manny Pac Man Pacquiao versus Keith one-time Thurman was officially announced on Fox PBC card with Jarrett Hurd versus Julian J. Rock Williams. Shout out to Julian Williams for getting that win, man. He's now unified junior middleweight champion of the world. And now we're gonna be getting Pacquiao and Thurman this summer. And we pretty much knew this fight was gonna go down. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Mike Coppinger had reported this a while ago that it looked like this fight was going to go down. We know we got, I think Gervonta Tank Davis is about to get back in the ring. He have a hometown fight, and we know Errol Spence and Sean Porter is probably going to be getting it on probably sometime around August, September. But before I talk about this fight, I want to welcome back the whole Gym Boxing family. Welcome back. Make sure y'all smash the like button on the way into the video. If you're new to the channel, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, and then don't miss no more videos, man. So yeah, so it appears that we're gonna be getting this fight. A lot of people doesn't feel like Keith Thurman deserves this fight. You know, he definitely took a lot of time away from boxing. It looks like he had some sort of injury, and then he got re-injured. This all happened after the Danny Garcia fight, if I'm not mistaken. And I think that the fact that Manny Pacquiao is getting, you know, way up there in age, he's about 40 years old now. He's with the PBC. He's not with Top Rank anymore. And it seems like a lot of people feel like Manny Pacquiao only picked Keith Thurman to fight because he feel like that Keith Thurman was vulnerable. Okay. And we know that, you know, Manny Pacquiao was at the Errol Spence and Mikey Garcia fight. And he jumped up into the ring as though he was going to call out Errol Spence to fight him next. And then he reneged. He reneged. He had a poll, and he said, "Who do you guys want to see me face next?" And Errol Spence Jr. was not on that poll. Okay, so it looks like he's going to go the Keith Thurman route. And I mean, although I can understand why people are upset, I'm not actually mad at this fight for happening, but I really don't want to pay pay-per-view for it, to tell you the truth. But I understand that that's what they're doing with Manny Pacquiao. They're pretty much pay-per-viewing him all the way on out. He's definitely a big star all the way around the world, so I can understand it. Now, as for how this fight should go, okay, this is definitely an interesting matchup. Okay, Pacquiao at 147 pounds has not been particularly at his best at this weight class, and he hasn't been looking particularly the best as of late. Okay, a lot of people thought he looked like trash versus Adrian Broner, although he still came out with that win. He looked decent versus Lucas Matisse, who hasn't been the same since the Danny Garcia fight. And there's a lot of stuff surrounding Manny Pacquiao, but I gotta tell you, I actually still believe, and this could be partially biased because I am a Pacquiao fan, that's one of my favorites. I believe there's still a big chance that Manny Pacquiao wins this fight, and I'm gonna tell you why. Okay, but before I jump into that, Keith Thurman is also a very good fighter. Okay, we gotta remember he unified with Danny Garcia. He got that belt. He got two belts, as a matter of fact. He had to vacate, and then Danny Garcia and Sean Porter fought for that belt. So Keith Thurman's fighting style, though, is tough for anybody to deal with because he has a lot of power at this division. He got some thudding uppercuts and some good hooks. He's very quick, okay? He has great lateral movement, and I think, in my personal opinion, that could give Pacquiao some problems, okay? Pacquiao doesn't like fighters that move around so much. And we saw that versus Floyd Mayweather in a fight that I was actually picking Floyd Mayweather to win. I wanted Pacquiao to win that fight, but Floyd Mayweather was just too sharp and too good. Pacquiao likes the type of fights where people gonna slug it out with him. You know what I mean? He likes those type of fights where he can get off his flurry of punches and he can stay right there with you, bounce in and out, come in and out, jump side to side, use those different angles and try to get you out of there. But with Keith Thurman is probably not going to allow him to do that. It could be tough for Manny Pacquiao, but the reason why I believe Manny Pacquiao has an opportunity to win this fight is because Keith Thurman did look vulnerable versus Josecito Lopez in the later rounds of the fight. Okay, but that's kind of how Keith Thurman is. He's a fast starter. He wins the first 6-7 rounds of the fight, and then he starts to get tired and fall off. But a lot of times he's done enough to win the fight, and he just pretty much survives. But with Manny Pacquiao, the reason why I feel like Manny Pacquiao has a chance in this fight is because Manny Pacquiao has always had great endurance in fights. He's always been able to go that 12 with no issue, and I think the fact that he has that power and he has that good footwork and he knows how to jump at you with different angles, I think that could be a problem in the second half of the fight. If Keith Thurman don't catch Pacquiao with something early in the fight and stop him, you know what I'm saying? That could happen if Manny Pacquiao is not careful in the first 5 to 6 rounds. He could get caught with something trying to come in, and it could be a bad night. So I think he got to be extremely careful versus a Keith Thurman. But I think in the later half of that fight, I think Manny Pacquiao could edge it out on the cards, or possibly stop Keith Thurman, because we saw what Josecito Lopez was able to do to him. We know that Manny Pacquiao doesn't have the best fundamentals when it comes down to going to the body, going upstairs. He seems like he's a flurry puncher. He likes to jump around and let his hands go all the time. But Keith Thurman doesn't like it to the body. So I would imagine that's something they should try to implement into their game plan to try and slow him down early, because we've seen in fights where, I think it was the Bundu fight where he got hurt to the body, and also I think Sean Porter hurt him to the body. There was a couple other fights too, I'm sure y'all probably know, but we know Keith Thurman don't like it to the body, and I'm not sure if Manny Pacquiao is gonna be the one to really take it there, man. So that could be a problem for Manny Pacquiao as well. But at the end of the day, I'm not necessarily mad at this fight, because I believe that they're going to eventually try and make some sort of a unification with Errol Spence maybe in the next year or two, hopefully. And that way we can try and see if we can't try to get some sort of undisputed fight with Terrence Crawford in the future, man. So I know I got an idea of what's going on. I don't want to pay pay-per-view for it. But I always watch Manny Pacquiao fights, and I always end up either supporting the fight or going somewhere to see it, man. But, but it's definitely going down July 20th, okay? Now, as for Gervonta Tank Davis, I wish this dude would fight somebody, for crying out loud. I know he has a homecoming fight, but I really don't know if it's necessary right now. I don't know who Tank Davis has actually fought, big-time quality opponent to be able to just get a homecoming fight, you know what I'm saying? But hey, Mayweather Promotions, they take care of Gervonta, they move him the way they want to move him, but they have not been putting him in harm's way, man. And I personally believe that Tank Davis has some of the best skill sets you can find when it comes down to his power, his athleticism. But I want to see him as a boxing fan. I want to see him get in there with somebody that's going to really test him, because I want to see what Tank Davis is made of. You know what I'm saying? I want to see that. I have yet to see him really in trouble and got to fight, maybe get off the canvas and come back. Like, I want to see something very impressive from Tank Davis that I just don't know if we're going to get to see anytime soon, because they keep saying he's young, he doesn't have to rush his career, and, just all of that stuff, man. But that, it is what it is. The Manny Pacquiao versus Thurman fight is a fight that I would love to get out to. I got to be honest with the Gym Boxing family right now. My chips is not stacked up the way I want them to right now. So I don't know why, but it always seems like for some reason my money is always right around the time Errol Spence fight. I don't understand it. It's like other fights I want to get to, but it's like when Spence fights, it seems like that's when the money is right. It seems like the flights is right, the rooms is right. It seems like everything flows right when it's time for Errol Spence to fight, man. So hopefully, if it be the Most High's will, I'll probably get out to, Spence versus Porter. Y'all know I like Sean Porter. Y'all know I like Errol Spence. I might want to get out to that fight, man. So y'all let me know y'all thoughts down in the comment section. July 20th, if I'm not mistaken. Manny Pacquiao versus Keith Thurman is going down on pay-per-view. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Give this video a thumbs up for your boy. This your boy Get a Mic. Much love, peace, blessings to all the brothers and sisters out there that support gym boxing. And I'll be back with much more content. Peace.